Here we have a constructor function called hero, which creates objects with a few properties. When we invoke this function with a new keyword, the name that we pass in will be the value of the new object's name property. Likewise, the role that we pass in will become the value of the role property. The newly created object will also have a method called introduce, which simply prints a message to the console using the object's name and role properties. Let's go ahead and invoke hero and instantiate a few new objects. Here, we called the hero constructor function using the new keyword and passed it two arguments. We pass in the string Taylor to represent the name, and we also pass in the string mother to represent the role. Calling this function with new instantiates a new object, which is referenced by the Taylor variable over here. Likewise, we use the same constructor function and called it with new again, and passed it a string of Riley and a string coach to create a new object. Let's go ahead and check out a few properties and then have the objects introduce themselves. We can see that accessing the name property of the Taylor object returns Taylor, which is what we pass into the constructor function over here. Let's check out some of the Riley object's properties. Great! We can see that accessing the role property of the Riley object gives us a string coach, which is exactly what we pass to the constructor function over here. Let's go ahead and call the introduce method on each object. Awesome. So keep in mind that since we called introduce as a method onto the Taylor object, the value of this gets set to the object itself, meaning that we can grab Taylor from this.name, and we can also grab mother from this.role. Same goes for the Riley object. When we call introduce on the Riley object, we grab Riley's name property, which is a string Riley, and we also grab Riley's role property, which is coach. What's great about constructor functions is that we can call the same constructor function and create as many instances or objects as we like.